Hello everyone, Hannahbart here, and I am making a video about my top 10 Zelda games. I have been saying I'm going to make this video for a really long time, and I'm finally doing it. I just want everyone to keep in mind that this is all my opinion. This is by no means like the top of anything compiled on the internet. This is just like my experience with the Zelda games and what I really liked about them. So do enjoy. Let's start with number 10. 10 is Link's Awakening. So Link's Awakening is overall a really good game. One of the best games for the Game Boy Color I think ever came out. But the reason that I really liked it is it had really awesome gameplay. The dungeons and the bosses were really thought out, and it kind of gives you like this fairy tale like story of Link getting washed up on this island from the storm, and it's kind of like this mythical place that he's in. And it's his adventure to escape the island, which is kind of cool, and it kind of reminds me of like a Disney movie. And there's a lot of enemies that look like Mario enemies too. Like there's ones that look like Goombas, there's ones that look like a Chain Chomp. You're like, what is this ripoff of a Zelda game? But whatever. It's a great game overall, and I had a lot of fun playing it. It's actually been a really long time since I've played it. The last time I played it in like elementary school, and I recently received it for Christmas from my brother, and I just got a chance to kind of relive it and have some nostalgia. But it's an overall really awesome game. I'm grouping these two together because they are pretty much the same game and same concept, just different storyline and different items, which would be Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I first wanted Ages. I thought Ages would be such a cool game, and it was awesome, but I actually enjoyed Seasons a little bit more. I really liked that you could change the entire setting of the land just by swinging a little wand. And I really like the use of like the seeds in this game. Like the seeds are one of my favorite weapons to have. And you got to ride around giant animals, like you got to ride around a bear, you got to ride around a kangaroo. I just thought that was so cool to have in a Zelda game, and it just made the gameplay a little bit more fun and a little bit more challenging because you had to do things a little bit differently. Overall, I really liked Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, and I really liked that they switched the gameplay from like looking from above to sideways. Okay, next on my top 10 would be Phantom Hourglass. Phantom Hourglass is a really fun game. I really like the use of the stylus where you can run all over the screen and that kind of thing. And it actually had a lot of puzzles that were actually kind of difficult, so that's why I really liked that. Also, it reminded me of Wind Waker a lot because you got to ride around on your boat. And I really liked the use of the map where you could use your stylus to draw your path on the map, and then you could follow it, which I thought was really cool. And Phantom Hourglass had some of the funnest dungeons, I think, too, just because of the use of all the items that you get. Alright, number 7 is A Link to the Past. Honestly, I probably should have put this up a little bit higher in the list, but because it came out when I was so young, I don't remember it as well as some of the other games. But now that I played it as I'm older, it is an awesome game. Like it is. You need to compare it against all the other Zelda games because it is that awesome. It has the first appearance of the Master Sword. It is one of the games that has the most dungeons in the game, and it's something that you can just play over and over again, and you don't remember every single step from the game, so it just makes it like playing it again that much better. I keep it really simple and short, but overall, A Link to the Past is a classic Zelda game, and it will still probably be on my top list as there's more Zelda games released. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was an overall very beautiful game. I really liked the Twilight Realm and being able to become a wolf. That was really epic. And Twilight Princess also has probably some of the most epic items in the entire series. The top where you got to spin in that dungeon was so awesome. That entire dungeon was awesome, and you got to fight that giant flying skull. That was super cool. And Twilight Princess kind of filled a void for me that I didn't quite get after Wind Waker. because I really wanted something very similar to Ocarina of Time, and they did such a beautiful job making it a game like that. Also, Twilight Princess had a very big world to explore, and I just liked how large it was and how many more things you could discover in such a large world. But overall, Twilight Princess was an awesome game. I really wish I could have put it up a little bit higher. When I got Twilight Princess for Christmas, I literally beat it the same week as I got it, and I played in front of a bunch of my friends, a one-player game in front of a bunch of my friends. I'm such a jerk, but I just love Zelda. What can I say? But yeah, awesome game. Awesome game. Alright, number 5 is A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between Worlds was a really fun game. When I first started playing it, I thought it was going to be really easy, but it was actually a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I really like the use of, like, you're using yourself as a drawing on the walls and running all over the place. There's some really cool items. I like how well they remastered A Link to the Past in the game. I thought it was going to be very similar, but the only thing that's similar is the overall map of Hyrule. All of the dungeons and all of that are very different, so I was very satisfied with that because it was different enough to feel like a completely different game. And the twist at the end was a very cool twist to me too. 4 is Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is an awesome game. We always have a debate about this on my stream on Twitch, but Skyward Sword is one of my favorite games. I really like how colorful it is. The storyline is awesome. Like, you never get emotionally attached to characters like you do in Skyward Sword. The gameplay is really awesome. Some of the dungeons are so cool, like the pirate ship dungeon is awesome. Using the time shift stones to change like the setting of the entire land is so cool. And I just find, like, I felt like I was in a fantasy world in that game. I was just like so excited to find what's new in that game. And I really enjoyed it, and I like the fact that you could, I mean, I get it, like, yeah. I like the fact that you could fly around in your loft wing. Yeah, some of it was missing. You probably could have had more stuff to do on your loft wing, but I overall enjoyed Skyward Sword. It was a really great game, and I would play more and more if it had more to offer. It actually kind of ended very soon for me. I thought that it would take longer. You're running around the spirit realm, and you're like, I'm gonna get freaking my head chopped off and die because of these spirit monster things that have these giant swords, and they're chasing me around, and it's so scary, and I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? I have to find these things, and I only have so much time. It's awesome. That was one of the funnest parts for me, was just collecting all the things in the spirit realm. Okay, number 3 is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Wind Waker was one of the games that impressed me the most out of all Zelda games. I remember when they released a picture of a really realistic looking Link and Ganon for the next Zelda game, and then it came out with Wind Waker, which was a cartoon style, but I loved The Legend of Zelda so much that I just bought the game anyways, and I was so satisfied with it. It gives you this really awesome sense of adventure. You're riding around this giant ocean with this little boat, and it just feels so cool because you can discover all these little things, and I just thought the little details that they added in the game were so awesome. Like, they added like dust coming out of the stones when you push them. You had like characters that actually helped you complete dungeons, like Maker, and I overall thought it was a really awesome game. I was so skeptical about the cartoon style, but I actually really enjoyed it, and I thought they were able to do so much more with the game because they didn't go in that realistic direction. But overall, really had a blast playing Wind Waker, and I am so glad that they went the direction that they did with it. Okay, number 2, surprise, surprise, it is Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time was really the first Zelda game that I played through and beat by myself. I was very young when it came out, and I remember having a hard time beating it the first time because I was so scared and just not smart enough to figure out some of the stuff in the game yet because I was so little. But I did eventually beat it by myself, and it was an awesome game. Like, that is the game that got me hooked on video games, was Ocarina of Time. It was an awesome storyline. I really liked all the music in the game. And it was just, like, overall, it's like an awesome game. It's one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. And it comes short to our number 1 pick, which is Majora's Mask. A lot of people on my stream know that I love Majora's Mask. It is my favorite Zelda game. The reason why Majora's Mask takes the cake for me is I really like the impending doom feeling of it. If you know me, I like a lot of dark kind of things. So I'd like Attack on Titan, like Full Metal Alchemist, like any anime that's super gory, super dark, anything like that. Majora's Mask just gives you that overall feel. It was the first game I beat before anybody else in my family. I just felt so awesome about it. I really liked all the side quests that you get to do. Like the couples mask was like the hardest thing ever to do. It like took me forever to do, but it was so worth it in the end, and I really liked that part of the game. It does have the least amount of dungeons of a Zelda game, but I really enjoyed all the side quests that you get to do, and I liked the fact that pretty much everybody that you interact with in the game, you are helping out in some way, or your story is connected to them in some way. I also enjoyed the end part of the game that that you were connected to Skull Kid like the entire time, and that you ended up being friends at the end, even though he was possessed by this evil mask. Alright everyone, so that was my top 10. I hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of people have asked me that on my stream before, so I really hope that satisfies you. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I also have a Twitch. You can follow me on Twitch. My name's Hannahbart on Twitch. I have a Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. My name's Hannahbart on Twitter. And if you want to follow me on Instagram to see my latest shenanigans and selfies, follow me on Instagram, Hannahbart25. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful new year. Bye!